That's
I want
cool.
to play against the evil Megacorp. That sounds fun.
That's what everybody wants to do, right? Fight against them.
Well, and as a rocker in tights, yes, I do.
Yes, of course.
It's my dream.
Sorry, that was the thought. Sorry, the image of Stuart in the image of Stuart in spandex came across my mind.
Oh, and I'd have that long, stringy rocker hair, but bald on the top and long in the back.
Welcome back. We are here with another episode. We're trying to get back on a schedule, but we're still messing that up. But we're here. Old guys playing
we're
games.
on a schedule. It's just not a regular schedule.
We need to have more fiber in our lives. We need to be more regular.
But no more hot chocolate. I learned that yesterday.
We're old guys. We need that.
That sounded pretty gross.
Anyway, so what do we have, Ken?
We got a couple things. I want to start off with some interesting news, and then maybe end in the Call of Duty stuff. Let's see if we can continue down that trend. So we've been watching Last of Us. I'm moving that one to the top of the list. I'm not going to give any spoilers because I don't think everybody's watched all the episodes. But what a great show! And
everyone
what a
dies.
Phenomenal show.
And and from my understanding,
some don't.
It's
The Last of Us don't.
It's pretty close to the storyline that's in the game, at least the season 1 of the game. Little tweaks here and there, but as far as the storyline, how it's being told, it's very, very close. And I have not played the game because I believe it's a PlayStation exclusive, but I'm really enjoying the show. I like that kind of post-apocalyptic zombie type thing anyway. So what'd you think, Josh?
To the point, I was going to say on that point around the game where I now actually want to go play the game. Only 4 episodes in, and I'm like, okay, I love this storyline. If the game is like that, I need to go get that game, which means
we're all going to buy PlayStations now.
That's exactly
right. See if Nicole still has.
Nope, not doing it.
Okay. I'll check that out.
I'll come over and play it then.
You're welcome. I think it's great too. I won't harp on that, but I did listen to at the end they do like the directors things, and they did say they are diverting from the game a little bit here and there, like the way the characters, like some of the timelines and the significance of the characters. But I don't know. I can't validate that.
Yeah, from what I understand, the Bill and Frank story was a very small piece. I mean, one of the characters was in it, but it was alluded to. So this is actually fleshing out that storyline, which is kind of neat. And then the next group that they meet in the subsequent episode apparently is like unnamed or not really fleshed out, and they're giving them a little bit more of a story and backstory. So, but I don't mind that. They're staying really close with the main characters and the overall point of the story, which is good.
And Pedro Pascal, he's a good actor. He's one of those actors that he's different in every role. You don't look at him and say, "Oh, he's the guy from The Mandalorian." At least I don't. Like I don't say, "Oh, that's
he doesn't act in The Mandalorian." We had this conversation last time. He doesn't act; he just speaks. But he was horrible in Wonder Woman 1984, where at the end he actually sort of was good at the end. But I like that. I like he's adaptable.
The movie was
no.
I
like that he's adaptable. The movie was awful. We all agree on that, correct?
He was in one of the Kingsman movies as a villain.
Yeah, no, I like him as an actor. I just don't think he acted in Mandalorian. I think let's be clear. Narcos, he was good. He was good in Narcos. He was in something else I like too.
In episode 4, I was having those. Did you see episode 4 yet, Josh? I did have the thought of like, the most recent one just came out. Is 4. Mm-hmm. Is it 4? 3 or 4? The one after the most recent one.
Frank.
Yeah. The reason like I had the thought like he's doing the Mandalorian thing right now, where he, just like Stu said, he's doing is just speaking phrases. He's not really like acting or playing a character role. He's literally just doing one-liners. And I was like, this is the same Mandalorian thing. Like when they're in the truck engaging back and forth, that's like full on Mandalorian.
You know what's funny though is that, from my understanding, that is what the character is like. So maybe he's not necessarily typecast, but he plays that character well. So I don't think it's necessarily his performance that is the problem. It's the character, and that the fact that we already know him playing a role that's very similar to that. But I have to agree with Stuart that he specifically, I felt, was terrible in 1984 or Wonder Woman 84.
It was bad.
He was bad. Now, granted, maybe that's also how they wrote the character.
Yeah, it was written horribly.
But I
don't even remember what his character was.
He was the main villain, but he was just like a Elon Musk type guy.
No, it was more of a Trump guy. He was the real estate guy he was an oil. Maybe he was scamming people on oil wells, right? And then he was like, but then he like his son. He I'm big. It was the whole father son stuff. At the end could have been really good, but they didn't really play it up well. And it was. I think Ken, I agree with you. He's a great actor. That was poorly written. I mean, there's not a good part of that movie.
No.
All.
That was a tough watch.
I just Anyway, but I he is. I was looking at. I didn't realize he was in Game of Thrones. I guess apparently he had a character.
Yeah. So anyway, highly recommend everybody watching that. It's really, really good. If you're a huge fan of Last of Us, you probably have complaints, but for those of us who have not played the game, didn't really know that much about it, we're really, really enjoying it.
I will say, Ken, those people that I know that I didn't play Last of Us, obviously, on PS4, PS5, or PS whatever. But the people that have played the game who were worried about it have genuinely been happy, I think, up until episode 3.
Yeah.
And I think then most people also felt like the little girl is not as good as the little girl in the show, who apparently, like, emotionally in the cartoon, in the game, is apparently amazing, and just she's a little bit stiff. But other than that, I think most people that have been fans of it who are worried are actually quite happy.
Yep.
Which is good to see.
That is good
to see.
So
and I don't mind adding new characters. I don't mind adding new characters. It's not my canon, obviously. I don't know, but if you add new character, add new original characters, I think that's always fine. It's when you change existing characters that things get a little tricky, right?
Yeah, and I don't think they've actually changed. From what I've read, it doesn't sound like they changed the characters. They've just kind of fleshed them out a little bit. But anyway, any other shows or movies? Did anybody see any movies recently?
I did, and I'd recommend this one. I guarantee you haven't seen it yet. It's called The Menu, and I'm not going to say anything about it. You have to see it. It's really good.
It's on my list. I definitely want to see that.
Cool.
I haven't seen Ray Fiennes in a while.
I rewatched A View to a Kill.
Oh, that's good. I love that song.
It's not the best Bond film.
It's not, but
I loved it. I love it.
Bum,
I love
bum,
that one.
I'm with you, Josh.
It's a delightful romp.
Grace Jones is the oddest person.
But Grace Jones and Bridget Nielsen are the 80s personified, right?
And Dolph Lundgren.
Well, that's all the same person. Yes. Am I wrong?
That's so true.
I think they might say that. You're wrong.
Wow. I've never seen Bridget and Dolph in the same room, but we'll let that go.
Brilliant.
She was in Cobra, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She might have
been.
She
was in Cobra. Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yes.
Banana in the Tailpipe.
No, that's 1.
I know. I just love that line. Was Surge in number 2?
Surge was he in 2? Did he make an appearance in 2?
I believe so. Anyway, so no, I haven't seen anything. I don't think I've seen any other movies, Ken.
I haven't either. I started watching Wakanda today. I didn't have enough time to sit down to watch all of it, so I started it just to kind of see. And I'm not.
What's it on? What's it streaming on now?
Disney.
Disney.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
Sweet. I'll check it out.
Yeah. That was a dangerous question, by the way.
Well, no, only the answer was it was a dangerous admission if the
All right, moving on.
He's gonna say my TV.
So, getting into the game world, have any of you heard of the Mario Kart Live home circuit?
Mm-mm.
This I thought was really, really cool. And Jason, you're gonna like this. So everybody's familiar with Mario Kart.
I like it.
Yeah, exactly. So everybody's heard of Mario Kart. We're all familiar with that. But what they've done is they have hardware that it looks like a toy. It's an RC car, Mario in the Mario Kart, and there's a Luigi as well. But what's cool about this whole thing is that it ties into the Switch. So, and it's got a camera on the car too. So you're actually driving the car on your Switch, and you see the live feed on your TV from your Switch.
That's cool.
Showing the viewpoint from Mario and Luigi, and then they augment the image with the gateways, the little things that throw at each other, and all of that. It's very, very cool, and I'm really, really, really tempted to buy this. It looks like it's so much fun, and it would torment the dog. But
I have concrete floors, as you know. This would be perfect for my house.
Would be perfect. But if you look at the video footage and you look at, if you just Google it, Mario Kart Live home circuit, and the video footage that they show is very, very cool. Now, to follow that up, Hot Wheels, the same company that made that helped make that, came up with one for Hot Wheels. It's called Rift Rally. It's a mixed reality RC car, but PS4, PS5. Now you're asking, well, what about the little display? You can use your iPhone as well. So, yes. So that is very cool. It's very similar to the Mario Kart, except that you have a little bit more control about what the vehicle looks like and different vehicles and stuff.
No Android, no Xbox?
No Xbox.
I'm out.
No Android. I know.
We're out. I mean,
I could see it coming.
It's for sheep, Ken. It's for sheep.
But you'll watch the videos. It is very, very cool, and I could see it being very fun, especially for those people that are very, very into those games. Kids would love this. Even people that like RC racing, I think they would enjoy this. It's very, very cool.
That same studio, what is it? Velon Studios also has a game called Knockout City, where you have a ball with AR that you're navigating through, like you're driving the ball through virtual space,
like Spherio or whatever that thing was they have.
Yeah, kind of like that, Stu. That's what the ball looks like.
Yeah,
but I think that's funny you mentioned that, because I believe that they are turning off their servers, because there was a free. I played that game. The game that I played was not a mixed reality. It was just online. It was like dodgeball. It was actually very fun. But I think they said they were going to turn off the servers, and I couldn't tell if that was because they're going out of business or if they were turning off the free to play aspect of it to now venture into the pay to play. But anyway, I just thought you guys would get a kick out of seeing those. That is something that's innovative. I haven't seen anybody really do anything like that before, especially on the console. So I thought that was very, very, very neat.
Yep. I think another one, Ken, I was going to mention, and I'll just do it quick, is a lot of buzz around the Hogwarts Legacy game out there right now. And I've seen a lot of people live streaming and playing it, and notwithstanding some of the side stuff around it, it looks pretty original. To like, the thing that everybody likes about it is like you're in the world of Hogwarts. You get to pick your house, and you have to do all these different challenges, and so it looks like a fantasy slash play, not a shooter game, but it's got monsters. It's very similar. What's that game that came out with the monsters? Oh crap, I can't remember. Anyway, it looks like I might give it a try. It looks like it could be fun, and one of those things you can do on your own. I don't know if it has multiplayer, But just for the music alone and the tie-ins and the experience. And Josh, your kids, your daughter's a big Harry Potter fan, right? It may be a cool thing that they'll want to play. Yeah. So I might take the plunge and give it a try and see what it looks like. Jason's not
No,
there.
you will not. We all know that Stu will not play any other game.
I just said, I'm the one that played Hell Let Loose. Nobody played with me. Because Jason's like, why did you run so far? You did play with me.
That game.
That game.
I deleted that game.
We never learned. You never learned how to play the game.
Oh.
See? And the learn because we know you. You're the jump out the window guy. It's not gonna work out.
We should go over there. Where? Over here.
We all don't have to like the same things.
We don't. So I am going to try it, and I will spend my money to try it.
They tout themselves. They say Hogwarts Legacy is an immersive, open-world action RPG set in the world.
RPG. That's what I was thinking of.
First introduced in the Harry Potter books. So that is pretty cool. So
Watch
this
the videos,
is actually in the past
amazing.
too. So yes. It's for the first time experience Hogwarts in the 1800s.
Oh, that's cool.
I love the name of the studio that made it. Portkey Games.
Oh, yeah!
What a great little homage to the whole legacy thing. That's pretty cool.
I mean, there's 3 people streaming it right now that I follow. One of them being one of the Call of Duty guys, Noah J456, and a couple others. They're all playing it right now, so it's getting some press. I don't think it officially comes out to the 10th, but maybe it's out early on PS5.
So you have watched. I'm assuming you've seen the gameplay. How does it look?
Really good, really good.
And the graphics wise, it looks pretty good because sometimes when they do movie translation to video games, graphically the character images are kind of weak and stuff like that.
No,
so
I'll pop it into the chat here, but it's pretty good. I will say that the graphics look really well. I mean, it does have that thing when you run from one place to another. I think there's a little bit of a load as you move from one to the other, but But if you look at the link I just sent and sort of don't mute it and stream it, you'll see sort of what it looks like. It looks pretty cool.
I do like the fact that they say it's an open world, that like a sandbox game where you can go anywhere you want. It's not linear. That is pretty kind of.
I'm looking at a guy talking to those paintings that talk back to you in the Great Hall, and as you run up the stairs sort of go in front of you. That I don't know. I want to try it out because I like the world of Harry Potter.
Right. No, I do too, and I'm tempted as well. You showed us a pretty good deal for the what was what they call it, the deluxe version of the game with all the added stuff. But you're right. It says pre-order now, available February 10th. So that's
looks like all the early guys are playing. There may have been an early access or something, but anyway, so that's a new one that I think a lot of people are excited about, which could be one of those, an RPG based on a platform and a franchise like Harry Potter is a big deal, right?
The graphics are insane, and that might do it for me.
Yeah,
traversing through, and I'm a marginal Harry Potter fan at best, but the idea of going into that world and being able to navigate, because I do love and Ken still has not been there. The Harry Potter world at Universal.
Oh yeah.
Is unbelievable. And
you got to bring Declan now. You have to.
Awesome.
You have to.
For a guy who actually worked at Universal Studios, you're right. I have not been back to Universal Studios. Dude. I have never seen the Islands of Adventure or superheroes.
Oh
I never rode the Hulk ride.
Wait a minute.
Nope, I never did.
Okay,
I never did.
Let's get this on the calendar. This is unacceptable. We're going to have guys' weekend there.
We used to go on Fridays when we were working at Lockheed.
Not me.
God, we've heard this story.
We leave you behind.
You used to go with Monica and the other guys, but
he could get through 7 minutes.
I didn't go.
Well, you're coming down. You're coming down.
All right.
Jason, I'm trying to talk to a friend about a gap in his life, and you're making fun. All right, you're coming down. You're coming down with Declan, and we're riding because you're going to ride the Hogwarts train, and you're going to drink butterbeer, and you're going to drink the hot butterbeer,
and we're going to do the VIP experience
and the regular butterbeer. Oh, VIP.
Where we get front of lines on everything.
Are we staying at Hogwarts while we're there?
We'll stay at the Portofino.
One of the ones you can get.
Josh is buying.
Josh is like, I've already got a Disney trip planned. I can't do that too. Come on, Joshua.
If Universal Studio would
funded by Jason and Stewart.
If Universal, I have a question. If we go, gentlemen, and
we should have a fan meetup.
We record while we're there. we could write it off.
Oh God,
I'm not kidding.
I know
Those
you're not.
IRS agents just heard you say that.
Yep.
If an IRS agent would like, I'm not IRS, screw them. They haven't got hired yet. If there's a nice accountant out there, CPA, would like to contact old guys playing games, please reach out to Josh. He's the accountant
Home
in the group.
address is.
You're the only accountant we have.
He's our accountant liaison.
Oy vey.
Anyway,
No, don't do that.
Debits and credits.
all right. Let's talk about one last.
Ken,
yes.
hold on.
All right.
Their math is not complex. If it doesn't equal 0, they got a problem. Let's be honest.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, let's move on. Sorry.
All right. One last topic before we take our break, because I suspect the latter half of this podcast is going to be Call of Duty centric. So, Jason, you recently made a purchase from Elgato. Is that the Steam Deck? A stream?
Gato.
Did you get it yet?
I have it right here, and I have some unfortunate news. Number one, I have good news, bad news. The good news is that the device is super cool, and I showed Stu how it works today. I can't.
He did.
I wired it really.
That's right.
The bad news is the whole reason I got it, which is the Microsoft Teams plugin, has been yanked by the dev team, and they're going to. There was some issue they needed to resolve, so they're going to release it, hopefully again soon in the future. So in the meantime, I'm just adding quick buttons. Like one of the things I always do on my PC is do a screenshot of an area of this. So I have a button that does that. I have a few websites that I always go to. I show and Stu. I have brightness. I have a speed test. And just to be able to like quickly do those as I'm on a call and not like looking around and navigating through the PC to have that stuff show up. Super cool. I love it. And as soon as the Teams thing comes available again, I will use it like crazy.
And you got it. You got it for a discount, right?
I did. There was a
coupon
20% off, and then you got a free. And I just got it. The free different faces. You can buy these different face plates. So I got that faceplate for free. So check it out. If you're a big streamer, which I'm not, but the big streamers use this for Twitch. Well, they can put all their quick.
If we start streaming these without just audio, you could be flipping through things and actually change stuff as we go. And you can even have like the little things around at the bottom and a bunch of other stuff. Right?
They're called the lower thirds.
Lower thirds. Yep.
Aren't they Krylons at the end? Yeah.
Klaxon? What?
Krylon.
Klaxon?
Anyway, yes.
Zaxxon?
Klaxon.
Zaxxon.
By the way, Jason we got the better joust in the office. So.
Oh, cool.
The better joust?
Yeah, well, I asked the guy in the office. He's great, and I said, "Get me joust on the arcade machine. We have a Polycade in the office."
Yeah,
and he went and got it, but he got the Atari version, which is very 8-bit, which is fun.
Yeah,
but I'm like, no, I need the real. I need the real.
I need
deal.
the arcade version. You need the MAM version,
which we got.
MAME,
which we
MAME.
got. MAME. Yeah, which we did.
Very cool. Right? All right, we're going to take a quick break. We've got a couple topics before we dive into Call of Duty. So little teaser there. Keep our audience member, engaged and listen to our ad before they just vacate and drop ship. But we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We got a couple more things. There's a couple things we wanted to talk about. One was there's something called Steam Next Fest, which apparently is for Steam players that play on PC. But one thing I wanted to bring up about this was they are rolling out some games that are free to play or demos of them to play that will soon be coming to the Game Pass and Xbox. So I thought it was pretty interesting to kind of see the list of the games that are coming out and looking through some of them. They look pretty cool. There's one called Capes that I'm really interested in. It's like a superhero strategy game, which I thought would be kind of interesting to play for those of us that were comic book fans. But some other, I'll have the link out there and go through. There's some cool stuff. There are going to be typically they're indie stuff. They're not AAA games or anything like that. But sometimes you find some pretty sweet games in the indie market. That's one we should probably talk about.
Ooh.
Maybe have an episode where we talk some about that. But
Sons of Valhalla, that sounds good. Side scroller.
God of Rock, Flame Keeper, Fall of Porcupine. Deceive Inc. seems interesting. Looks like a spy game. But also coming later this month is Atomic Heart. Now, we've talked about that game in the past. Insane graphics. It just looks so beautiful. It's a single player experience, unfortunately, but it is coming to Game Pass for free on February 21st.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I will be playing that game, and my son will be playing it as well. He is finished. Oh God, what's the name of that game? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, no,
Legend of Zelda.
Jason?
I finished Zelda. No, it was the Japanese game that was open world, fighting monsters. Elden Ring. He finished that about 6 or 7 times, and
that's what I was thinking about. We talked about Harry Potter. Thank you.
Yep. And now he's playing a game called Sekiro, which is a samurai game, which is based on the Shadows games, I think is what they're called, or the Dark.
The Johnny Bravo game. Oh, or what's the samurai? Who's the guy? Samurai Jack? What's his name?
Samurai Jack, yeah.
Johnny Bravo?
Hey, man. Hey, don't mess with Johnny Bravo.
You mean Greg Brady from the Brady?
No. Johnny Bravo, the cartoon character. Did you watch Swim?
Wasn't that his name? And
that was his name, yes. But it's from the Sekiro game is it's from the developers of Elden Ring and the Dark Souls games. So if you like those games, I recommend it. He's having a blast with it. So and we got that for him recently because he had a good report card.
Nice.
Okay, so there's that. And Josh, you wanted to talk about Jedi Survivor, right?
Yeah, I don't know a ton about it. I happened upon the trailer when I was messing around in the Xbox. I'm a sucker for Star Wars games and lightsabers, and that one looks pretty cool. I haven't done one of those in a long time, so it looks like, you know, all the other ones in terms of you're some sort of Jedi, not in the main storyline, but you're going through the world, and it looks like a standard. You know, you run into the bosses, and I haven't seen any Darth Vader or anything like that, but it looks interesting.
It's like a hack and slash type game.
That's what I'm afraid of. I hope it's not just like a button masher, but the story cutscenes look pretty awesome, and the gameplay looks pretty good too.
Is this part of the whole? They had a whole series of Star Wars Jedi. Is this part of that series?
The Jedi Academy stuff.
I mean, it says Star Wars Jedi and then Survivor, so maybe it's part of that whole thing. I don't know.
Because there was a Jedi Fallen Order, and there was a whole series of them prior to that.
Steer.
I think, yeah. Looking at the pictures, it does look like it's part of that series because the actor or the character looks very, very similar. Actually, a little older in each episode. Well, that's cool. I hear that series is really, really good. But I'm willing to play it if is it on EA Play?
That I don't know where it's going to be. It's not out yet, so
okay.
I don't know that it will be to start anyway.
I have to check some of the other ones like Fallen Order and the ones prior to that.
I've been thinking about that too.
Speaking of Star Wars games, how come we haven't played like Battlefront?
Those I've played some of those. They're okay. I mean,
the original one Game Pass?
It's on probably EA.
They were
Play.
EA Play. They were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront, and there's Battlefront 2.
We can try it.
They're really generic. I mean, we can try it, but it's not as enthralling as you would think a Star Wars
same
shooter
game.
Would be.
Skinned Star Wars. It's the Battlefield game, skinned Star Wars.
No.
It's there's a lot of different mechanics in it. But it is, I will say, it's probably amongst that same genre of games because it is a battlefield-esque game. You can be a first-person shooter. You can be in vehicles. You can all that. So
it's a little clunky.
It's 7 years old. 7 years old.
Yeah, it's old.
Yeah.
Is it? There's actually a YouTube video. is it still worth playing in 2022? Okay.
Interesting. Well, we'll let you know. Who put this? Who's Hi-Fi Rush? What is Hi-Fi?
Yeah, so I saw this come up on the feed and decided, because you guys weren't around, so I was like, I'm going to try this new game, Hi-Fi Rush, which is on Game Pass. It is like playing a cartoon, which, as they were doing the opening cutscenes, I was like, if this turns into where I get to play the character that looks just like that cutscene, and it's exactly what it is. The music is amazing, which is, the connection to Hi-Fi Rush. And the gameplay is so fun. This is a great one just to play by yourself. I don't think there's any multiplayer in this, but I would check it out. It's on Game Pass, and you can do cloud streaming. But I tried cloud gaming on it, and the graphics are so good in a different way, in a very comic book way, that you really want to download it and play it,
It looks
instead
cool.
of streaming it. It's really, and the music
it's
is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's 4K Ultra HD and 60 frames per second. So you definitely
Damn.
want to download this and play it. But
Is it
I saw
HDR?
this too. It's probably. I'm not sure.
That's
I
fine.
didn't say it, but I think you're right. I think this looks very, very cool. It's a cell shaded animation. It looks like an animated comic book. And I when I saw that, it's funny you brought that up. I saw that. I immediately sent it to my son. I'm like, we got to try to play this,
You'll love
And
it.
we haven't
the
tried it
story's
yet,
super
but-
cool.
Is it? And it's a music. It's a rhythm game, right? Where some of the battles are you have to maintain a rhythm or something.
Yeah, there's I'm not going to ruin it because there are some things that you got to figure out.
Okay.
But it is the music is like, definitely, if you got surround sound, if you got good stereo system, turn it up, crank it. It's super cool.
Yeah, it
Play
says
as
feel the
Rockstar
beat.
wannabe Chai.
Yep. As wannabe Rockstar Chai and his ragtag team fight against an evil megacorp with raucous rhythm combat. From Tango Game Worlds comes Hi-Fi
Damn
Rush, an
megacorps.
all-new action game where the world syncs to the music. That's
I want
cool.
to play against the evil megacorp, but that sounds fun.
That's what everybody wants to do, right? Fight against them.
Well, and as a rocker in tights, yes, I do.
Yes, of course.
It's my dream.
Sorry, that was the thought. Sorry, the image of Stuart
sound.
the image of Stuart in spandex came across my mind.
Oh, and I'd have that long, stringy rocker hair, but bald on the top, but long in the back.
I almost spit out my drink.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump into Call of Duty. So for our listener, you can leave. You don't like listening to this. So I think we should mention that we've had some Warzone Battle Royale success. Yes.
Trios and full BR. Yes.
We took what place, Jason?
We took first place. Now, I was so excited about this that I was sharing it with and Stuart and I share the same, barber.
Even though I have no hair.
And this guy's in his, 20s? He might be a listener. He might be the listener.
Yes.
And, I was all excited to tell him, like, hey, we're getting really
why
good.
Are you messing up? This is our moment. Why? Why?
I know, but he's like, yeah, that's, we win all the time. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, but they're PC gamers.
They're PC gamers. Exactly.
So they're using Cronus then.
They're using Cronus. We'll get into Josh's
Cronus
topics later.
I thought Cronus was console.
That's console. Yeah.
Oh,
we
you're
are.
right.
We
Sorry.
we came in first, and we now every time we play, we're in for sure the top 155.
Except last night.
Top. we're the top five or we're 155th. There's no.
No,
but
in
we have developed a strategy for us, which we are not going to
share it.
Which works for us right now. And if we tweak it a little bit more, I think if we tweak the fact that when we get the loadout boxes come, if we can build some good BR loadouts, we are going to be unstoppable.
I think the person listening can tell, knowing that we are old guys playing games, can probably guess what our strategy is. But I'm just saying.
Well, we're only as fast as our slowest player.
That was a nod to Josh.
You can't see, but I'm raising my hand. I'm always the last one. No, Josh is
I'm
not
in the
last.
middle.
Josh
I'm
is
in the
always
middle.
saying, "Ken, I'll wait for you. Come on."
Yes. See?
Well, hold on, and Josh is the balanced one, and yes, I have shot at people when I shouldn't have, but Josh is the one. Why do we have to leave now?
Yeah, that is his line.
Because
but we don't
trust,
have
take
to.
that.
Everyone's like,
trust,
gotta go,
trust the tracker,
Gotta go.
Josh.
We should go over there. We should go there. We should go. Let's go there
Oh,
now.
God.
Why are we leaving? We've got a minute and a half
We've
before
got
we
a
have to go
minute
anywhere.
to sit here and let 20 other people get knocked out. Let's wait here.
I want to get in. I don't want to be late.
I want to be
understand,
late.
Do I
Can you
go
know
with
me?
the team?
Can you know me? I don't like to be late.
Do I go with the team though? Hey, if the team goes, I'm going.
You do, but you whine the whole way. You're like the kid in the backseat.
I'm not sure about that.
See,
You
Stuart's
get a
the
little
oldest.
too jumpy at the end, Josh. That's my coaching. Is at the very end, like if I make it to the final and and like everyone is watching me play, the thing that bothers the F out of me because I see them do it, mostly Josh, is keep the gas at your back and don't move. There's no reason to
already
move.
said that I took that criticism, and if you've noticed the last couple times, it's been
You've
just
done
me.
good. No, you have.
I've been
You have.
way
Yes,
different.
you did,
Ring,
Casey.
ring. Hey, pot.
Yeah.
This is kettle.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
will say that. So Josh did have one. We did have one game. So let me just go back for a second. I want to sub it. We did win. Now I know there's kids that go, "Hey, we won all the time."
Full
That's fine.
BR.
We're old guys.
The
We're
full
old
one.
guys, and we won full BR. We're also consistently winning trios.
That is true.
Pretty consistent. One or two every time. Now, and that's a fun game, by the way. But I will say this: like Josh had one game where he was the last guy, him against one guy, and he sort of got a little bit snaked by a guy that was higher than him and stayed in the gas, whatever. Since that point, Josh has been back to gas, playing the game, winning. So it's been
and we won BR, the
After that.
4-person BR after that.
That's right, we did. Jason
Who had the
won
final
it, but
kill?
we were all there. No, no, Jason, the good thing
We're
is
all
we've
contributors.
We've all had our final kills.
How many? I think I saved you twice before you had that final.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the best part. That's the team.
Yeah, that is what's awesome about this game.
Yes, and we won.
But the time we won, Ken and I were out for half the game. I'd like to point out, but we were watching all the time.
It's the opposite of being chased by a bear. If you're being chased by the bear, you want to be in front because you want everybody behind you to get captured by the bear. Where in this game, we're all his meat shields so that he lasts until the end.
For Jason, yeah. my thing is, and this is what I learned, is my first instinct is to go find and kill.
Yeah, it is.
I'm good at it, but in that game, that's when I said, nope. If you're gonna win this, you gotta.
They're waiting for you to come out. They're waiting for you to be. Yeah, you got to think where are they hiding. We're doing so. Look, for our listener, we've been doing really well. We've been having fun, and we're having more fun. We actually stopped playing some of the stuff we were enjoying playing, which I want to get back to some of that. And I think when we get to the next conversation, Ken, of the new releases, I think we're gonna have some fun new stuff to play. But the fact that we've won a full BR is a big event for old guys playing games, and we should put down that in 2023 we're winners.
Yes, that's right. But I would argue that we were winners before that too.
Yes, but
agreed.
Because if my son would always say to me, my son who's 20, almost 21, would be like, "You win BR? No. What's your KD? Okay, look.
Okay, look, man.
I know I can beat them in multiplayer. Those kids, right? Josh, we can take them in multiplayer. I'll take any kid in a console in multiplayer. I'll take anybody right now in a trios, right?
Mm-hmm.
DMZ is getting a little trickier because of the way they're spawning us in, just because you can't get guns fast enough. You don't come in with stuff.
That last DMZ was brutal.
But in BR, the only thing that gets us on BR are those teams that really are just either A on PC or B get loadouts that are just, I don't understand how they can magically kill me with 2 shots from like 150 yards away with an assault rifle. But anyway.
Cronus.
Maybe.
All right. So Ken, I think we should move on to the. Should we get Josh to talk about the?
I want to save that to last, if you don't mind.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
I want to end on a rant. I want to
It's not a rant. It's not a rant. It won't be a rant.
Well, then we won't do
data.
it.
I'm just collecting data.
Well, Stuart, you mentioned the content change that's coming up. So why don't you tell us about it? Because I did not look at the roadmap yet.
Yeah, Jason, I think you did. You looked at it too, right? Did you look at it? Yeah. So I'll just go quick. So there's on February 15th, I will be in Seattle. The new version of season 2 will drop for Warzone. And for those of you who don't know, that's a big release of new stuff. And they are releasing a new map on an island. In the previous Warzone, we had an island called Resurgence Island. This new island is I have to look back. Ahsoka, something. It was not Ahsoka. She's in Star Wars, but something like that. And it's like it's very similar to what they did with Smuggler's Keep, where they've got undergrounds and above grounds and everything else. So it's going to be cool to have a nice new Ashika. Thank you. We're gonna have a nice new map to play, which will be a smaller map. Jason loves the smaller, tighter maps where you come in with a you don't have to spend so much time running around. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And that's going to be Resurgence. And for those who don't know, Resurgence means you die, you come back, and you come back
until your last squad member. Yeah,
right. As long as your teammates are alive. So,
question before we move on to any other content. Is this island bigger than Rebirth was?
They did. Someone did. Maybe it was Charlie Intel. They did a thing where they overlaid all the maps to show you relative size. I'll have to find that. And I can't remember the answer to your question, but I do remember seeing. It was like 20 of these fit on the current BR map.
I think it's I think it's similar to Smuggler's Keep. Same people, by the way.
Oh, I love that map.
Yeah, exactly. Where you go down in the caves and you got the gold chests and you got to dig the sand. Yeah. Cool. Okay, all right. Cool. So that's. I mean, I'll let you guys talk about some of the other things, but that's there's new operators and new other stuff coming. But I think that's the big thing that I'm excited about. Just doing a new map. Does anybody want to talk about DMZ?
So looks like they have new DMZ missions. Is that right?
Correct. All new missions. Yes.
So, question: are the previous missions also still available with the factions, or are they gone?
I believe they're gone, and there was a big controversy or controversy for our British listeners, where they did talk about people were pissed about that, but there were. I have to go back and look. There was some. They basically said you're going to keep certain things, like all your keys go away, all that stuff's going away. It's sort of annoying people, but you are starting new with new missions. Now, part of the trickiness of what they're doing in this one, which I think is good, DMZ got to the point where people stopped playing the mission, like us, because they got ridiculously hard and the AI was stupid crazy, and they got and so people stopped playing them. So they're gonna make it so there are difficulty levels in AI that you can set, and based on where you are in the missions, and it's supposed to keep you more engaged in the missions than the previous one did, which ended up, I think they saw a lot of people drop off about where we were between 3 and 4. Right? That's what they've said. So they're trying to make it to where the AI is not as nuts. So I mean, even pro players that I've been watching are like, this is ridiculous. These are CDL level bots, right? Like the headshots are ridiculous. That's Call of Duty.
One thing I never did was go after the bomb or the scientist.
We did that.
We got him.
Did that.
Oh, did you?
But we still need to do it again. So, Jason, you want to talk about our chemist kill? Because you were right there. You took final shot.
That hold on. I was
sorry. Were you on the TikTok? Did we bother you?
No, I was going to tell you guys about this hilarious trailer that just came out today. Okay. We avoided that mission for so long because we thought it was so difficult, because it was the chemist where because we saw the videos like, oh, you got to run them over and then get the gun and then blah blah blah. But for this particular game, the chemist was in a spot that, in our opinion, could not have been better. He was at the middle of this town circle where there's that big statue or arc. It was kind of like the Arc de Triomphe looking thing, and there's it's higher ground all the way around it. He's literally in the middle of that arc. And so we come up into the gas, on the fringes of the gas, and we were taking out all the soldiers around him, picking them off one by one, and we were getting shot, from other places. But we then were just taking him down. Josh goes full bore as soon as we kill the guy. He goes full bore to get the gun, and then we had to protect him to get out. But we're all falling, getting shot. It was crazy. But then Josh gets the gun,
Oh.
which is super cool.
And
Yeah,
then it gets
pretty
more.
awesome.
Then the adventure continues because then we get in a car. We're like, we got to get the hell out of here with this gun because once we get out of it, it goes in as contraband, and then we can come in again and drop it to one of us. We get to a loadout spot, but as soon as we're going towards the loadout spot, Ken, I noticed that someone just picked up the weapons case. The weapons case means they're going to try to get out of Dodge. We're all heading to the same point. We pop the extract. They drive up in the weapons case. All hell breaks loose. Josh and I are dead. Josh has the gun. He's dead. Literally, Jason's hiding behind a pebble, like a small rock, hoping they don't see him. And he's like, we're like, dude, don't shoot him. Just don't shoot him.
No,
Don't
that's it. Stu's like, do not move. Do not move. Jason, do not move. Do not move.
So they go, but they don't know that Josh, because they had the weapons case, they didn't know Josh had the M13B. So once they flew away, he gets up, he revives us, we get the weapon, we call in the thing, and we get back out again. And it was great. And then we tried to go back in, and Josh tried to drop the weapon for us to get it, and we got slaughtered.
But now Josh has that blueprint open.
That's right.
No,
he has the gun. He has the gun.
No, there's no blueprint. I have the gun unlocked, but there's no blueprint.
So
it never showed up.
But it was how we got out of there with that gun. So we need to do it again. And it was fun, Ken, but it was the chemist has radiation around him. It's not just gas.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to be, we were just outside, like Jason said, and he and I both had snipers and we were just plunking all the guys around him. And we were both hitting him with shots. Once he was down, Josh ran in and we got out of there. So
you gotta be efficient. Yeah.
And by the way, once we got it, all hell broke loose.
I bet.
And there were guys everywhere.
Well, it looks like they're either adding a new boss or they're replacing him with the bomb maker.
They're adding a new one.
There will be another. Okay, so maybe that's only exclusive to Ashika Island. I'm not sure, but some other new features. It looks like for Ashika is they're doing a 1v1 gulag. I'm assuming that's only going to be for Ashika, but maybe they've abandoned the 2v2. Gulag?
I think they've abandoned the 2v. I think everyone's complained about the 2v2. I also think everybody complained about the 3 circles, which is why you haven't seen it again.
Interesting.
Remember the 3 circles?
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, everybody did.
I haven't even noticed that they weren't there. That's interesting. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool. It was different.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but apparently the pros hated it. So.
Well, the pros know best.
They're also bringing back CDL. I think it's coming back with the new season, I think.
Okay.
Call of Duty League.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. I want to participate in some of those tournaments. But
the nice thing about those is you've got consistent rules, right? Consistent guns, consistent rules. So I mean, we should try it as a group.
Yeah.
All right.
So it looks like there's also another now on the Modern Warfare side. It's not the Warzone side, but the Modern Warfare side. Looks like there is a new raid episode. Are they going to replace the episode, or is it going to be in addition to?
Don't know, but the last one pissed me off.
It did, but I want to finish it.
I do too, but I can't. But I'm willing to go. But the problem is, there's 4 of us. It takes 3 people,
right?
And there's no save. To Josh's point, there's no save points.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Some other good news there, though, is that they are bringing in some old maps. We got Dome coming in
and
that
Museum.
We played during the beta, did we not?
Yes, and Museum.
I guess they finally got around that copyright thing. They're also bringing in an airport map, but I think that is going to be a battle map, one of the like invasion or ground war, and then Zaya Observatory.
Very cool.
Yeah, some new modes too: infected, gunplay, grind. We were just talking about grind. I asked, who was I? It was Josh. Must have been Josh. I was like, what is that game where you had to grab the dog tags and then drop them off at a certain location?
But that's a new thing as well. I did hear that today too on the video I watched. Both BR and I think BR maybe it says, but anyway, dog tags now will drop when you die in regular games, and I think you can pick them up and cash them in. So unlike I don't think you have to go get them. I think they like almost show up like I could be wrong, but I think it's almost like kill confirmed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think
so. Like you can pick up my dog tags when I die, which will happen.
Okay.
Anyway, cool.
Excellent. So that's some cool Modern Warfare content. All right. Last thing I want to bring up is there's been some confusion, I think, late last year, Activision said that they weren't gonna have their 2023 game by Treyarch. It was going to be delayed to 2024. So people thought, oh well, they're changing from a yearly cycle of new Modern Warfare game or Call of Duty games, and they're going to go to an every other year. And then we started hearing about this premium content coming by Sledgehammer, and people thought, oh, it's a whole new game. Well, now there's controversy in that. We think what it might actually be is the rumored downloadable content with the old Modern Warfare maps that have been revamped for the new engine. So I think that's what's happening. But I'm a little nervous because Sledgehammer was the company that did Vanguard that we all felt was a little less than stellar. So I don't know what you guys feel about that, but
I like the monkey.
I like the monkey.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we save that one for the next one?
Yeah. So let's, Josh, tell us about your little experiment.
Yeah. So Call of Duty experiment, guys. Don't get all weird. Yeah. So I've been messing with crossplay because we've talked about it before. We've complained about the PC nonsense. So I turned off crossplay. And the first thing I noticed is for Xbox, it's an Xbox OS level setting. It's not within the game, which in every other version of the game, it's within the game, which is weird, but we'll overlook that. And so as I got in the game, I've been collecting some data. I've played probably 5 to 6 games so far. I don't have a ton. But here's what I'll say. I was trying to figure out I knew there was a difference. Here's the difference. The gameplay is more grounded. And when I say that, I don't see nearly as much bunny hopping or that mid-air twist crap that you see, right? Of course, the PC stuff is out, right, where you see them flip so fast, to you and all that good stuff. But it is like a more two-dimensional game, I guess would be a good way to describe it, where people are not, it's just not crazy jumping and all that nonsense. So it's interesting. I'm going to keep playing because I did see some fishy stuff. I think I sent a video where some guy picked me off in some impossible angle where he could not have seen me. So I don't know if there's still possibilities for like the wall hacking and stuff like that. But it's in terms of like where I finished, the first couple games I got my butt kicked and I was in last place. But then it turned out to be like this, more like in second place towards the middle. So we'll see. I'm going to collect more data, but we should all get in and try it with the consoles only and see if that makes even more of a difference. Because I think if we're all in there playing with console people only, I think it'll be different.
I like
That's interesting. I like that idea. Now, have we been able to confirm that turning off crossplay eliminates not only Sony, the PlayStation guys, but also PC? Or
I
it leaves
think
it just
eliminates
Xbox?
only PC, but you're still with PlayStation and Xbox.
Really?
Because if you look, I just actually looked this up because I kept seeing the little icon, the monitor icon. It's actually the PlayStation icon.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
If you look underneath it, you'll see a little console. So that one with the monitor, it's either the Xbox symbol or that monitor symbol, and it's PlayStation and Xbox. The PCs are eliminated. But of course, that only works on multiplayer. Reminder.
That's interesting. That is counter what I would have thought it had been. I thought the crossplay was the gateway to allow PlayStation to play with the Xbox and PC folks, but the Xbox and PC folks were always together
versus PC.
Interesting. Well, I would definitely want to turn off the PC players. I mean, you saw my tweet that I did to Activision. I'm like, you guys got to separate us. This is not working out. It's not fun.
Nope. All right, everybody. That's another episode of Old Guys Playing Games. I'm Stuart.
I'm Jason.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Ken.
And we are going to play Call of Duty. See you on the next podcast.
Bye.
Bye.